This is a 2008 Volkswagen Mark V R32, and though it may look identical in every single way to the Golf and the Golf GTI, it's actually quite a bit different from the two. Today I'm going to explain exactly what makes it so different, why it's such good value for the money, and why you should consider coming to RPM Garage right now today to buy it as soon as possible. This car is one of the best looking cars of its time and its class. And though I may be a bit biased in saying that, as I do own a Mark V GTI myself, you really can't go wrong with this exterior. And the fact that it's a two-door instead of a four-door makes it 50,000 times better. That being said, there are a couple of changes that are unique to the R32, and one specifically that are unique to this car itself that I want to talk about. The first of which is the suspension. Now, this has extremely tuned coilover suspension with sway bars and dampers for fast cornering and good handling. Specific to this car, though, are these fantastic 18-inch alloys here that have been painted deep black to really stand out against the gray paint that covers this car. Now, although it may not seem like it because of my shirt, I'm actually a huge Volkswagen guy, which is why I wanted to come back here for a minute and talk about something that, though it's not in the shot, is really crucial to this car. And that's the exhaust. Now, this was Volkswagen's first foray into using centered exhaust pipes, and though we have an aftermarket exhaust attached to this car, it sounds fantastic and looks even better. And I'll make sure to start it up and get a taste of how glorious this car sounds. It's under the hood, though, where this car truly comes out to play. Instead of the usual naturally aspirated four-cylinder or even the turbocharged four-cylinder from the GTI, this car has a naturally aspirated 3.2-liter V6. Now that makes 250 horsepower and 236 pound-feet of torque. And that may not sound like a lot at first, but you have to remember, this car is all-wheel drive, which is uniquely different from the GTI or the standard Golf. More interestingly, though, it uses the Haldex 4Motion drivetrain, which is actually just a rebadged version of Audi's Quattro drivetrain, making this car extremely quick and extremely fun to drive. Now, while the powertrain and engine are the obvious highlights for this car, the interior is full of some nice surprises on top of those. First of all are these bucket seats. Now, these are leather bucket seats that don't come standard on any other Volkswagen except for this one. Even the Golf GTI doesn't have that option, although it does have some very nice cloth ones with plaid inserts on them. Another nice feature about this interior, though, is the steering wheel. Now, I personally like it a lot because it's got the production number of the 5,000 of these that were made embossed right in front of you, so you know exactly which car you're driving at all times. And if someone ever decides to swap with you, you'll know something's wrong. Something else that's not directly related to the interior, but is just interesting altogether, is that this car was not offered with a manual transmission. Instead, this was when they really began to introduce the DSG paddle shift transmission, which you can see right here. Now, this upset a lot of purists, but over time, it's become one of the most beloved automatic transmissions that Volkswagen has offered. Now, to close out this video, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for taking the time to watch today. And I really hope that you'll all consider liking, sharing, or even subscribing to the channel. Finally, I really hope you'll all come take a look at this specific car at RPM Garage, because it's for sale right now for only $13,991. And while that may seem like a lot for a Volkswagen, these cars hold their value extremely well, and honestly, they're a really fun car to drive. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys all in the next one.